All right. So first things first, I want to go over last week. It was a pretty volatile week. Obviously, we had lots of China news. But overall, the S&P 500 broke that 3,000 resistance and closed multiple candles above it. So we're kind of bullish. The Nasdaq kind of struggled this week. Nasdaq didn't really have a really good week in terms of gains. But that's mainly because I think a bunch of tech was pretty overextended, and tech kind of brought a bunch of the market stocks down, um, like Nvidia, Splunk, Datadog are the main ones we traded and we lost on. We kind of chased them. Well, actually, we lost on Splunk and DDog. Nvidia, we took out for like I want to say 70% win. But yeah, Splunk and DDog, we just tried to chase the momentum, especially Splunk all time highs. Software was hot, kept on running. We thought it would keep on running, it did not, so we cut it for a loss. D Dog is similar as well. Nvidia, we took the swing trade off I think it was a 15-minute support bounce, or it might have been hourly. Let me check real quick. See where my trend lines are drawn for Nvidia. Yeah, so we took that Nvidia off a double bottom bounce on the 15-minute, um, on the 20 on the 27th and 28th we got that double bottom bounce and we took that Nvidia into Friday, and I'm still holding at one contract of Nvidia. We're pretty close to the money. We had the 360 calls, so we're gonna keep holding on to those. SNOA was a penny stock that we looked at like, I think it was like not 13 $14, and then yeah, so we bought it in the morning. Let me see when this trade executed. I closed them at 9:43 a.m., but I started to average up into what is this? 15 wait 6 no 1,500 shares, yeah, so 1,500 shares total on SNOA. So once this broke the $15 all time or daily highs, it just kept on running with volume and volume, and then went all the way up to around $19. I scaled off for a very decent amount of profit, but this is like an example of um, where it holds the first 5 minute candle of the market from its pre-market gains and just keeps on going up and up and up. And then the rest of the day just went down. So went down almost 50% after making those highs. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they had COVID news. Uh, yeah, it's some approval for one of their drugs, I guess. One of their disinfectant and sanitizer drugs, which might have been COVID related. So yeah. Yep, and also penny stocks have been a lot more profitable this week than in past weeks, mainly because of just COVID news. There's more of the market's volume going into pennies. It seems like a lot of runners for pennies this week, more than usual. Maybe people are also kind of fed up with the volatility as well, and looking elsewhere. But yeah, so let's discuss this upcoming week. I posted some earnings for this week, big earnings. Dix, Zoom, CrowdStrike, American Eagle, Cloudera, another software company. Canada Goose, I think that's the ticker. I think it's GOS. Yeah, it is GOS. DocuSign, Slack, MongoDB, Broadcom, Gap, the retailer, and Tiffany and Jewelers. So, but it's a decent slate of earnings. I don't think it'll really move the market. We do have some important software and tech reporting. Zoom, CrowdStrike, Cloudera. Well, Cloudera isn't that important, but also DocuSign and Slack. DocuSign has been running like crazy, so I think it could be a really solid Condor play for DocuSign. Um, let's see, since last earnings, DocuSign fell to around $68, and it has doubled since. Obviously because of like stay at home, COVID bumps and stuff, but it could be a really solid condor play because it ran up more than 100% since last earnings. Uh, Actually, last earnings was pretty much when the market dropped because of um, COVID, and then ever since it's been running up. So I think we'd have a solid condor play, maybe a credit spread on DocuSign. um,
Yeah,
Events for this
MongoDB is
week.
kind of in the same space. They've
Right,
more
yeah,
than doubled since last earnings, and they're actually at like around a 52-week high. Similar sort of database, kind of cloud software tech play.
yeah. Wow. From 95, and then after that same earnings, I guess around the same earnings at DocuSign, 232. Yeah, that's like almost 130% or so. That's crazy. Wow. CrowdStrike was. Oh yeah, actually CrowdStrike. Yeah, CrowdStrike tripled actually. Well, not yet, but since March, and then had those nice earnings. I guess was those so what 32 all the way up to 87 right now. I mean, I always knew CrowdStrike was strong. I definitely should have invested in it there, but yeah, very strong stock, almost tripled. Yeah, it's $6 away from AAA. Yeah. Okay. Let's go over this week's events. So all over the country and even the world, a bunch of Black Lives Matter protests, and rightfully so, are going around in the world. They could affect businesses, especially Targets. This Target's kind of limiting hours and shutting down stores in hot areas, hot protest areas. So, just I mean, honestly, I really don't think we're gonna have a huge economic impact on all these protests. Mainly because people are still going to be starting to go start go- are people are start going to start people are starting to go to work. All right, people are starting to go to work. So um, I don't think it's going to have a big economic impact. I think the market will still focus on reopening. Most, I think at least 95% of states are going to open by this upcoming Friday. So now it's a matter of time when we see like companies themselves announce store openings, like Flags, Ulta, Bed Bath and Beyond, and other companies. So that's something to watch out for. We have market manufacturing PMI data tomorrow. It's probably not going to be that impactful. Unemployment claims recently has not been impactful either, but it's probably going to start to decline. It's on Thursday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Then Friday we get the unemployment rate percentage, and then payrolls, NFP payrolls, which probably should have like a moderate to low effect on Friday. The options I posted to watch in the document, these are more technical plays. Well, Zoom and CrowdStrike are earnings run-ups, but we might not be able to play those. Well, actually, we might. I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But they're definitely on my radar. Lulu, depending on how the market opens, I kind of want to short. Lulu has been literally running nonstop for like 3 weeks straight. So we could, yeah. But I mean, there's talks of Lulu acquiring like small retail companies. So they're kind of like, um, they're kind of becoming like the closest thing I'd say probably like a Tesla type company. Just continuous. Well, actually, no. Never mind. I'll take that back. That doesn't make any sense. But in terms of retail, they're becoming very huge. So that's good for the Canadian company. Yeah, also like Square, Qualcomm, Apple, Nike could be very interesting this week. JPM also the banking sector has been pretty hot. Target we talked about, stores being closed down. Uh, yeah, so and then Walmart, Nvidia is definitely technical. It has run up to around 366. So we can see that go up. Hold on, my bad. Yeah, 366. It's pretty much like that all-time high area. We can see that go back up this week. And then Texas Instruments, another technical play. Texas Instruments Um, Broke out of its bull flag on the daily chart. So we should probably see around a break of 119 would definitely send us to the next gap up, which is 125. So it's a very strong stock I'm watching. Texas Instruments, another semiconductor industrial type stock. Pennies, these are all also technical. We've seen some run up on these. We played Zynga calls. We played MGI. We sold MGI. Age is something to watch. We took MLND. Also DRIP, DRIP, CRTO, AESE, and MNKD are also the ones we're looking at this week. Yeah, that pretty much goes. That's pretty much it for the review. So if you guys have any other questions, you guys can type it in. You guys can ask us, and we'll be answering those.
Yeah, one more note to add to maybe to the watch list is Gilead, GILD. They're supposed to have their phase 3 initial data in late May 2020, so obviously it's end of May already. But that's for remdesivir, which is being used to potentially treat coronavirus.
All right, yeah, let me add that. GILD options to watch. Yeah, and also I saw an article where like I think Korea approved the import of remdesivir. I think that's why it kind of went up. So yeah, yeah, great catch. Yeah, so that's those are things we can watch out for. Oh yeah, and also Taiwan approves GILD's remdesivir treatment. Pakistan partner with JLD as of 19 hours ago. Yeah, that's a very good call, JLD. Gilead. Remdesivir approved for limited use in the UK, so it's still working there. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Dang, they generate 22 billion. That was last year. $22.5 billion. It must be huge. The company focuses primarily on antiviral drugs such as H. Okay, so they focus on the big dogs: HIV, hepatitis B, C, influenza, the flu. Uh, okay, so they definitely get a lot of funding. All right, any other questions, guys? Any trades you want to go over from last week?
Yeah, 301.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna like kind of go through everything I'm in and just give me like a, if you can, just like when you plan on holding it till, like
for sure,
just
for sure.
like okay. So Chef, the July expiration, that's still a long time, maybe average down.
Yep. Well, it's still holding its range.
Okay.
So what I'm looking at right now on the hourly, or sorry, on the daily chart, it's near the bottom of its range. So I would say around 1375 is our last average down point, and then after that it should bounce back up to around $18, or actually 17 $18 in a couple weeks. Well, 1 or 2 weeks. So.
Okay.
But I
Uh,
like Chef a lot because of it mainly deals with like restaurant food distribution stuff. So
oh
as we
yeah,
start,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so as we start to see restaurants like slowly get back up to speed. I mean, this stock was a $40 stock before COVID, so we have a July expiration. We can definitely hold at least, or at the most, a month and 2 weeks, because we don't want Theta eating us up later. So
Yeah.
we can at the most hold it for a month. But I mean, I really like this play a lot.
Uh, what about Beyond, the June 19th one?
Yeah, Beyond, I plan on selling this week. It bounced off the 119 area 3 times successfully, so I like that play a lot. Also got some news. I forget what the news was, but it's I think a partnership with KFC or something. I forget, but it got partnership news and it broke that flag on the hourly, so we should definitely see a breakup. I'm expecting around after breakup 129, we should easily see 135, and then but yeah, so that 129 breakout is going to be important. If we do break up, I'm going to keep holding to 132, 130, 134 ish. But if
Okay.
we break up, I'll secure some contracts off. I only have 2 contracts. I'll secure one off, and then I'll hold the other one to like 134, 135 area.
I got you. Was that news on Friday?
Yeah, this was Friday. That's why. Well, actually, let me confirm it with you. I don't want to give you wrong information. Um, yeah, it says 2 days ago, so that was on the 29th, Friday.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so KFC in China. This was 12:07 p.m. And then right after it, I think I entered. Yeah, so yep.
Okay, what do you think about Zynga, that July 12th one?
Yeah, Zynga. It broke a daily resistance, so and
Okay.
it kept on running up. So that 885 resistance has kept on just exploding. So Zynga, I like till around 984, so $9.84 in the daily chart. I'll probably take maybe 2 or 3 contracts off there, and then if we break that, the next one is $11. So July 12th, I think we have to sell probably by.
I think that
Well,
one's June 12th is what I have.
sorry, yeah, sorry, June 12th, my bad. So the theta on those are not going to be really important until like let's say June, maybe 9th or 8th. So we have room to hold those, but these are resistance breakup plays we're looking at. So
Okay. Oh, and then I have DraftKings as well, the June
yeah,
19th one. What do you think on
yeah.
that?
So we're gonna keep on to that probably for another week or so. It's gonna keep on going up.
Okay.
DraftKings has been steadily going. Sports just starting to reopen. Um, they had DraftKings had like a huge, I think, a record turnout for their UFC lines. So that's really good news.
Okay.
Uh,
And then the VTIQ you said we're selling sometimes this week, just the shares of that?
the shares, yeah. I mean, it's flagging on the daily. I think. Let me check. Yeah, so it's still flagging on the daily. This one, since we have shares, we really don't have a deadline for this, but I would say a breakdown under 2665. Let's make it 2650. We're definitely going to sell because that breaks down the bull flag. Right now it's flagging. A breakup over $30 will send this back up to around 32 $33. So I definitely want to hold.
Okay.
But yeah, under 2650. I mean, it has merger news coming up soon, so we'll see. We'll see what it does. But
Okay.
yeah.
And I might have got in up to the chat a little bit. You like so what you were saying is all this news and everything is kind of you think it won't affect the market too much besides the specific stores? You think people focus more on the reopening?
Yeah, yeah. That's been the key focus recently, the reopening stuff. So I don't think this protesting will affect the market as much. I mean, I don't remember trading a protest this big. We haven't had a protest this big, honestly, in the 21st century.
Yeah.
Like all this looting, all this rioting, and rightfully so. Like this government, they're starting to feel the heat. Like the
Oh,
protests, um, the heat is turning up. So I'm glad it's happening. I'm just not glad that people are pretty much risking their lives and still getting hurt. Like I see on my Twitter timeline, people like having a broken eye, broken ribs. Like I just don't like that. But I mean, I understand it and like I support it, even though like I'd rather not prefer that. Like to put their own risks, their lives in danger. But it's for a very important cause. Black people have been in unequal jurisdiction for centuries now. So it's about time.
no, I
But yeah,
agree.
but for market impact, I do not think it's going to be that big. I think people are going to focus on reopenings
Okay.
and also China stuff. They're going to focus on reopenings and China stuff. I don't think the protests will be that big.
I
But
got
yeah,
you.
but for certain companies, so like Target was Target, like almost every city got like got robbed. Uh, Also small companies uh, like a bunch of shoe companies also. Maybe Nike or Foot Locker owns these companies. They could have a small impact on these, but yeah, we'll see.
I think
Yeah, I
the
got
other
you.
angle on it is the insurance companies are going to be having to pay out all these buildings that have gotten looted,
Right,
so we might need to put those on watch.
right. Allstate, I think it's ALL. Yeah, Allstate could be on watch. Let's get some insurance.
PGR, I think, is progressive,
Oh
although I
yeah,
don't know how much building insurance they do.
PGR, MetLife. Yeah, we could definitely see these. Yeah, let me put this in the watch. So let's put PGR. Net. Allstate. Does Geico have stuff? Well, I mean, I don't even know what if these companies have like plans for businesses, but let's look at Allstate. Yeah, probably Allstate and PGR. Looks like uh, could be could be the biggest ones. But yeah, do you guys have any other questions? Any trades you want to go over?
I'm good with my stuff.
All right, sounds good.
I had a question on MGM.
Yeah, MGM. I'm still holding a decent amount of contracts on MGM. Well, actually, I think I downsized, but no. But yeah, I'm selling MGM. On Friday we held a important support at 1660. We bounced off that successfully. So I want to hold these MGMs. We have some room as well. We have some room to hold these as well. So I plan to hold these till we at least get in profit. The hourly, the only reason I'd cut this is if we drop under that 1660. So if for any reason, if we drop under that important support, which is bounced off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, so making it bounce off this support, bounce off or bounce down, so off the support slash resistance, makes it very strong in my eyes. So if we do bounce down under it, I will sell it for a loss. But I like MGM, Penn, ERI, Caesars, Wynn Resorts. All these like resort casino companies are going to get a lot of volume, especially in June, July. So I definitely want to hold on to these. And hopefully, if MGM does become in profit, we're going to sell these June ones and re-up on July ones, July/August ones. Historically, let's see how we've done in June. Yeah, last year in June, we MGM rocketed from about $23 to $29. The June before that, yeah, I mean, I know historically these casino stocks. Yeah, let's see. June, July of 2018, about the same, $5-6 run up. Let's go 2017. 2017, another big run up, 30 to 30. Well, it's not a big run up, 30 to 34. It's not terrible, but it is a run up nonetheless. So, but regardless, I think with reopening up, it's gonna be it's gonna be hopefully 20 plus in about a week or so. Yep. Dang, I wish I held those ERI contracts. Those would have been like 400%. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what these riots do. Like, if these riots actually bring stocks down, then possibly a good average down points, or even buy low points. Like for example, like stocks like ERI and Penn, stocks that I haven't been able to fill contracts on. If we can get dips on these, these are going to be great. Especially ERI. ERI owns like a bunch of small resort chains as well. Pre-COVID, used to be almost $70 stock. We're only halfway there. But it's looking more like a W-shaped recovery on, well, not W, like a check mark style recovery on ERI. But I definitely want to get back into contracts on these. Actually, for shits and giggles, like I'm trying to see what like a August 70 contract would be. Okay, what's September? September 18th. Damn, $60 contracts on 70 calls. Definitely not worth it. The delta. Well, I mean, the deltas could move it, but I mean, yeah, it's not worth it. All right, guys. Any other questions? All right, sounds good. I'll see you guys this week. Expect a similar week as last week in terms of volatility. We're gonna have China news coming. Well, China news from their end, so not from the U.S. end. I think the U.S. is gonna hold their cards and wait for any possible retaliation or any possible statement from Chinese markets. Chinese markets open up in 3.5 hours, so we will see if actually has there been any news. I haven't seen anything.
No, I think all I've seen from China this weekend is basically like been look at Minneapolis, like look at what's happening at your own country. Don't worry about us.
Wow. Okay. I also think the Chinese stuff is has been kind of settled because of. I think China would have retaliated if they put tariffs on. I don't think China really gives a fuck about Hong Kong anymore. But that was the only quote unquote punishment that the U.S. kind of gave, and I don't think China really cares about that. So I think China will hold still. But yeah, I mean, I don't see any articles regarding any retaliation or anything. So yeah. So I think we can worry less about China this week and worry more on the reopening optimism if that can continue, which it should. And then maybe this rioting stuff will have an impact on the market. We'll see. I personally think it won't, but yeah, we'll see. All right, guys. See you this week. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.